morning and welcome to the virtual Greater Boston Church of Spiritualism on this beautiful Sunday morning or whenever you're watching it. Please join me in our opening prayer. Infinite Spirit, beloved God, we open our hearts and minds to your presence, to your light, and to your love as we gather together in community and in harmony. Help us to remember who we are. Help us to fill with your light and love so that we may carry it into the world and treat all people with kindness, respect, and understanding as you treat us with those wonderful attributes. We ask that you bring our loved ones close so that we may truly understand that life and love is continuous, that we are all eternal, all a part of you and a part of each other. Help us to live in oneness in each and every moment of each and every day. For this knowledge, we give grateful thanks. Amen. And today, I'd like to start with a little story called The Healer and the Soul. The old healer said to the soul who came for healing, "It is not your back that hurts, but the burdens and fear you carry. It is not your eyes that are the problem, but the injustice you see in the world and within you. It is not your head that hurts, but it is the thoughts you carry that cause you pain. It is not the throat that is bothersome, but what you don't express or say with anger that keeps you closed. It is not the stomach that ails you, but what the soul does not and cannot digest. It is not the liver that hurts, it is the anger you hold. It is not your heart that hurts, but the love that you don't express. It is the love itself that contains the most powerful medicine. Love and release the fear, the angers, the burdens, the injustices, and you will begin to heal what ails you. Remember, love is always the answer, so seek to love first." And I hope that we carry that into our week and remember what our soul really desires from us, and that is to be love. And now if you join me for a healing prayer, which will appear on the screen before you, I ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstruction from my mind and body and to restore me to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. I ask this great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help and to restore them to perfect health. I put my trust in the love and the power of God. And now it's time for a healing meditation, a time where we can relax, let go, and just allow ourselves to take in that healing light that is all around us. So please just take a nice deep breath and get comfortable in your chairs and just relax. Be in this moment of now, breathing in and breathing out, allowing that breath to soothe you and to relax you. And every breath helps you to relax more and more. And as you breathe in, just imagine that beautiful God light that is all around you flowing in with your breath and awakening that healing power within every cell of that body, within every bone, every joint, every muscle, every organ, every particle within that body. And just allow that light to permeate every part of that body as you breathe, as you relax, and as you let go of everything that is not light. Breathing in the light and breathing out all that no longer serves you, letting go of the angers, the pains, the hurts, the injustices. Just allow yourself to release any dis-ease that has been living within that body and allow that natural state of ease to flow through your body as you feel that pure divine light moving from the top of your head all the way down to the tip of your toes. Feel yourself letting go little by little and bringing yourself into this sacred moment of now where you can receive the gift of healing. For that healing power is all around you and within you. And as you allow yourself to be present with the presence of God, that healing reaches deep inside and brings to you all that you need. So just breathe, let go, and allow that healing power to flow through not only that physical body, but feel it flowing into your mind, quieting and calming that busy mind, helping to wash away all of the thoughts that hold you back from being at peace, from loving, from being at ease, all the worried thoughts and the fearful thoughts. Just imagine a river of light flowing through your mind, carrying away the fear and the worry, carrying away the anxiety, and just allow your mind to quiet and feel that sense of ease not only in your physical body but in your mind as well. As your mind begins to open and expand, taking in that light and that love of God, and you begin to be filled with the knowing that you are loved, that all is well, that you are a part of the divine force and that can never change. You are a part of God. You are connected to God. You are one with God. Release those thoughts of separation. Release anything that would keep you away from this presence, this power of pure love. And allow that healing love to fill your mind as well as your body. And as it does, feel it flowing through your energy body and your emotional body, clearing away all the things that no longer serve you, that get in the way of your deep, profound peace. Your knowing that you are one with all that is, and that you are loved beyond measure and all your needs are met right here, right now, in this divine presence. And just feel that light continuing to flow around you and through you, opening your heart, awakening that God light deep within. And begin to become aware of yourself as that magnificent spirit you were created to be. So much more than just a body. You are a spirit of God, and feel yourself lifting high above. Imagine yourself floating across the horizon in a beautiful hot air balloon. You can see all the colors of this balloon that you are riding in. And you just gently drift across the horizon over the clouds, feeling yourself free and able to let go of everything. The more you float in this wonderful hot air balloon, the lighter you become. And you realize that you have been carrying fear and worry, pains and hurts. So you begin to throw those overboard. Let them go. Allow yourself to release them once and for all. And just feel yourself getting lighter and lighter as you let go of that fear. And let go of that anger. Let go of that resentment. Let go of the bitterness. All the things from the past can go. You no longer need them. So that you may float free without the baggage from yesterday. Free into a new day, into a new tomorrow. Free to be who you were created to be. Strong and healthy, loving and kind. Just allow yourself to continue to float across the horizon and feel the rays of God's love shining down upon you, filling you with pure love, unconditional love. And feel your heart opening. Feel the joy and the peace, the kindness, the understanding, the compassion that lives within you, all these beautiful things rising. And just see all of these beautiful colored balloons floating out from this one big balloon. Each one filled with joy and love and peace and harmony, with kindness and compassion and understanding, all the things that live within you. And just feel yourself releasing these out into the world so that you can do your part to make this world a better place. Know that the more joy you share, the more joy fills you. The more love you share, the more you find within you. Continue to allow all these beautiful attributes to flow out so that you may live as the loving being you were created to be. Know that all the fear and all the negative emotions that you've released have been transformed. As you release them, they changed into love, into compassion, into patience, into peace. So allow yourself to be surrounded and filled with all of the wonderful spiritual attributes that live within you. And know that they come from the presence of God that exists within you. For you are surrounded and filled with that light. You are a part of that light, and just feel that light emanating from every particle of you and shining down upon the world, bringing to all those you will encounter all of these wonderful attributes that you hold within. And as you fill with the rays of God's light, you begin to see this light not only flowing from you and around you, but filling our entire planet with healing and love. Feel that healing presence going to every person you know, everyone who is sick, everyone who is in need of healing. Everyone, there is no limit and no one is left out. Just see this healing light filling your world, filling the hearts and souls and bodies and minds of every being you know and all that you don't know, so that we may all continue to live in harmony with each other, in the oneness of being, loving one another, and making our world a better place. As you take a nice deep breath, you can feel this wonderful hot air balloon begin to descend, bringing you back to the earth, back to this life, back to the room, so that you may carry all of that love and light, all those wonderful attributes back with you, and bring them into every moment of every day, so that you may truly do your part to create peace on earth. Now take a nice deep breath and smile as you open your eyes and come back to the room, feeling ready to smile and to bring that joy, that light, and that love to everyone you encounter. If we're all back, let us together say our principles, which will appear on the screen. In spiritualism, we have no rules or regulations or dogmas or creeds, but we do have a set of principles that help us to live our lives in the best possible way. So please read them with me. We believe in infinite spirit and that God is infinite spirit. We believe that the phenomena of nature, both physical and spiritual, are the expression of infinite spirit. We affirm that a correct understanding of such expression and living in accordance therewith constitute true religion. We affirm that the existence and personal identity of an individual continue after the change called death. We affirm that communication with the so-called dead is a fact scientifically proven by the phenomena of spiritualism. We believe that the highest morality is contained in the Golden Rule, Whatsoever ye would that others should do unto you, do ye also unto them. We affirm the moral responsibility of the individual and that they make their own happiness or unhappiness as they obey nature's physical and spiritual laws. We affirm that the doorway to reformation is never closed against any human soul, here or hereafter. And we affirm the precepts of prophecy and healing contained in the Bible are divine attributes proven through mediumship. And now each month we try to bring awareness to different issues with the hopes that we can bring more understanding and compassion and healing into all of our hearts and bring us together as one family of humanity. Unity and love is our purpose as we explore and open our awareness of the different minority groups, both in our community and in our world. This month, our focus is on the LGBT awareness, and our sermon and musical selection will be offered by Damien LaCount.
Morning, everyone. I know it's been a really long time since we've actually seen each other, but I know that we've all been reaching out to one another, asking for support where we need it, and being there for one another, which is actually what I want to talk to you about. Support, love, encouragement. Now, see, I was asked to do this talk, and to be honest, I was scared. It felt like a lot of pressure, and with so much going on and so little going on at the same time, I wasn't sure I could handle it. But I asked for support and encouragement, and I received it. Much like I did my entire life. For those of you who don't know, I'm a trans man. When I was 3 years old, I marched up the stairs and I slammed my bucket of socks in front of my mother and said, "I will not wear these socks unless you cut off the ruffles." She laughed, but she understood. One year for Easter, I wore a suit that I picked out. I had crew cuts. I had Hot Wheels instead of Barbies. I had everything a little boy would need or want. But that wasn't my reality. I was born as a female. So as I got older, I felt forced into a box. Like, I had to fill all of these checkmark boxes that didn't describe me in any way. Until finally one day it was too much. And I was overwhelmed. Thankfully, I had people who loved and cared about me, who kept reaching out, kept checking in, kept asking, if I needed anything more. And then finally, I felt comfortable in my own skin. When I admitted who I was. And that's someone who is vulnerable and strong, has a big heart, and tries to make the world a better place. I didn't feel like I deserved the love and support that everyone showered me with. But it's true. What we give out, we receive back threefold. So whether that's passing a stranger on the street, or and smiling at them, of course, or putting that extra change into a homeless person's cup, or offering to help out a friend when they don't even know how to ask for it themselves. That is love. That is kindness. That is truth. And it's beautiful. Please never be afraid to speak your truth. And when it seems like the world is failing you, Spirit has your back. He'll send you little clues to guide you in the right direction, to being able to speak your truth. I will constantly help whenever I can. That is a truth. I will strive to make the world a better place. That is a truth. And I know each and every one of you brightens up the world of somebody else. I guarantee it. Keep loving and supporting, being brilliant lights in the world. One flame can light another. Once it's extinguished, it's gone. It will never be the same flame again. So be that flame. Light up the world with love and support and kindness. Be great. Take care.
A really good reminder. I keep fighting voices in my mind that say I'm not
Thank you, Damien, for that wonderful talk and beautiful song. And now it's time for our spirit communication, a time where we can receive that wisdom that we love to receive from the world of spirit. We know that our loved ones are still around us, and I know they have wonderful words of wisdom to share. I don't know who's watching, but I know the spirit world does. And so I just open to allow whoever from spirit would like to communicate to you. And if you recognize them, I appreciate when you send me the emails so that I know that we're truly making those connections. And thank you very much to all of those who have been sending those emails. And now let us see who's coming in from the world of spirit today. Okay, I feel like I have a woman who's coming close. I feel like she's very much motherly vibration. I feel like she's very loving and very touchy-feely with her, because I feel like I want to give you hugs and I want to touch everything, and she's just a very bubbly spirit. I feel like she had a real bubbly personality, very upbeat, very joyful, very optimistic is how she's coming in. And I also feel like she loved flowers, because she's making me smell flowers. I feel like wherever she was, she would touch things or smell things. If she was in a garden, she'd have to go and smell the flowers. If she was in a store with material, she'd have to touch the material, very tactile. And she said, I was touchy-feely, and that's how I liked it. That's how I got to understand what was going on around me. I feel like she's talking about her children, and I feel like she's telling me that she had 2 sons and a daughter. So I feel like she wants to reach out to her 2 sons and her daughter to let them know that she's okay. I feel like she's a fairly recent passing, and I feel like it was sudden. So I feel like she was here, and then suddenly she got an illness and was gone very quickly. She's given me the sense that actually she passed from COVID, because I feel like it's that recent that she would have been, she's showing me springtime, late spring, early summer, when she would have contacted it, and she passed very quickly. There was nothing that anyone could have done. And she said she's actually grateful that she didn't have to get some illness that she'd suffer a long time with, because she was someone who liked to always be on the move, and she would have liked to always be doing things, and she always worried that she would get too old to be able to function in life. So she said, it's interesting, I wouldn't have thought this way if I was living on earth, but now from the spirit world I see that it was good for me that I went that quickly, that I didn't have to linger and suffer, because it would have been very hard for me to handle that. I felt like she was a doer and always trying to do things for everybody else, and that's what made her happy. She's showing me bundling groceries, so I feel like she would have packed her own groceries if she went to the grocery store, but I also feel like she would have maybe volunteered at a food pantry or someplace like that, because I'm seeing boxes and I'm seeing her pack up things in boxes and giving them to someone. So I feel like she would have been involved in the community and helping others, and just a beautiful woman, very optimistic, very joyful, and very outgoing. And she's wanting to reach out to not just her children, but everyone, to say, don't lose that outgoingness. Don't forget to be part of the community. She's reaching out and she's trying to make those connections. She's a networker, and I feel like she's telling me she also used to like to pair people up. She was a matchmaker. They didn't always work, but she was always trying to make a match. So she just loved to make people happy. But she's a wonderful, joyful spirit, and she wants you to keep networking, keep connected, and keep staying connected to your community and see what you can do. because when you get more active in the community, it will make you feel so much better. The hardest part of this this pandemic, she says, is everybody has to sort of step back and be all by themselves and not be a part of a greater whole. She said, it's time to start making those connections again. And don't worry, by summer you'll be out there very active. So I feel like she's really pushing you to get rolling and start thinking about what you're going to be doing come summer. She's saying by my anniversary, you'll be out and doing and not be locked up. So start making plans now. She always looked on the bright side of life, and she said that's why she can see that her passing, well, that was good because then I didn't have to suffer. She said not that she's happy that she passed, but she always found what was good in everything, even her passing, and she's trying to get you to see that as well. She wants you to find the blessings, to find the good thing that is in everything. And when you find that good thing, that helps you to move forward. It helps you to move on. So I feel like she's coming in with an eraser. She has this eraser that had the brushes on the end. They used to use them on typewriters, and they had the little brushes on the end, because she has one of those. It's a little green brush, and she's brushing away any anger that you may have, because she's saying that will never serve you. So she's trying to help you erase any anger that you have in your heart over her passing, and it won't serve you. Find a blessing. Find the blessing in everything, and just keep going, because you'll see her again. She's not far away, and she's very close to all of you. And I feel like she knows what's going on in your life, and she's right there with you. So I feel like there's some changes coming in, that she's right there, and they're happy changes. So she's got big smiles, and she wants to leave you with those smiles and her optimism to keep going and don't give up. And I thank her for her wonderful optimism and joy. She just smiling all over the place. So thank you. Thank you for coming in. That's an uplifting spirit. I hope that she's uplifted everybody here today. And let's see who else is coming in. Okay, I feel like I have a gentleman who's coming in, and I feel like he's medium built. He's, of course, taller than I am, but not too tall. He's probably 5'10", 5'9", 5'10". I feel dark hair with him, close to his head, not too long. I feel like it's very flat to his head, but not a shaved cut. I feel like he's very clean, neatly shaven, and he would have made an impression on people when you saw him. He's got beautiful eyes and a wonderful smile. There's a real glint in his eye. So when you saw him, you would, remember him, because he's a very handsome man, I have to say, and he's built very nicely. Not too heavy, not too thin, just kind of an average but muscular build. So I feel like he's coming in and just sort of standing there. He's making me feel that he was kind of quiet as he interacted with people. When you first met him, he was pretty quiet and he didn't share a lot. But once you got to know him, then he would share a lot about who he was. But he kept his business to himself and didn't always share the things that he had in his heart either, he said. Okay. Yeah. So as I'm blending with him, he's talking about not actually being able to share all of the feelings he had for his family. And he never really got to say the things that he had in his heart, because he just wasn't that kind of guy. And he said you grow up thinking, you can't be mushy, and he wasn't a huggy-feely type of a guy. So he never really shared the love that he had in his heart in the way he wished he could have. And he's here to let the people that were in his life, let them know that he really, truly cared, and he really, really loved deeply. And he just showed it in different ways. I feel like with him, instead of saying, I love you, he'd fix your car. Instead of saying, I love you, he'd bring you food. He'd find an action that he could do that would make your life better, but he could never get the words out of what he was really trying to say. I feel like he had some really good friends, and he said, we just kind of knew we loved each other. We never had to say it. You know how guys are. They don't always share the love that they feel in their hearts for each other. And he's saying, that's a shame, because we never really said the words. We knew we all cared deeply. I feel like he had a real circle of friends. A bunch of guys that he would have gone and done things with. I feel like I'm fishing with these guys and camping, and I would have been on trips throughout my life with them. And he said we had so much fun, and we cared deeply about each other, but we never said the words. And he said, that's a shame. And he said, I'm coming in to say what you feel, because I'm getting the sense that he passed with a heart attack, and it was sudden. And he's saying, when we don't share the love that we have in our hearts and speak the words, that's when we get all this congestion here. And he said, and that's what took me across. He said, say the words. Let people know that you care, that you love them. And the actions are fine. But say the words, because that's his one regret, that he didn't say the words to let his friends know how much he cared, and to let his family know as well. So I'm going to leave you with his love and his hugs, because I feel like he's reaching out and trying to hug a whole lot of people at one time. And he wants you to know that he's still there and still around. And he will get those words out when you meet again. And I leave you with his blessings. Wonderful, wonderful man. Okay, I feel like I have two women who are coming in. I have one on each side. One is an older woman, and one is a much younger. But I feel like I want to go to the older woman first, and I feel like she would have, I have the grandmother shoes on, so I feel like she would have been someone's grandmother, and I got bad knees, and she's showing me her stockings rolling down, so it would have been kind of a joke. Oh, there goes the stockings again, because they would never stay up on her. But I feel like she's coming in with the knees, the arthritis in the knees, and a little bit hunched over. I feel like at one point she actually broke her hip, because she's showing me the right hip that was injured. I feel like she would have taken a fall not too long before she passed, because I feel like the fall is what was the beginning of her end. She's telling me that she did pretty well on her own. She was an independent lady, and she'd like to do things herself. Even in her, I feel like she's probably in her 80s, so she's high 70s or early 80s with her as she shows herself. And I feel like she did pretty well on her own. She lived by herself in her home for a very long time, and then she had a fall. And she said once she fell and she broke her hip, it was a spiral, and she passed not that long after. I feel like she had to be placed in a care facility, and people had to take care of her. And once she got in there, she knew she didn't want to continue on too long because of her independence. But she said she managed okay. She managed to deal with not being in her own home. She said that was difficult, letting go of the things that I loved. But I feel like her granddaughter brought her things that would be by her table that would remind her of her home, and the little things that she brought her really touched her heart. And so I feel like she's coming in to say thank you. It's the little things that you did for me that really made my day. And she said, don't forget to do, it's the little things in life that help people know that you love them, and it's the little things that make a difference in the days. She said, my days could be very long. Even when I was at home, I was alone, and she said those days could be very long, but when I'd get the phone call, it would lift my day. And when someone would drop by, I would be so excited because it just changed everything. My whole demeanor would change. She said, even though I liked my alone time, I had my schedule. I felt like she was very scheduled, and she liked her alone time. It was very exciting when her loved ones came to visit. So I feel like she's got a special smile for her granddaughter, who used to bring her little things. And I feel like she also has homemade cards that you had brought her, she's showing me, and little things that you would draw for her, you had drawn for her. So I feel like she's here to say thank you and know that you make a difference. You may not know it, but you do. You make a difference in everybody's life by the little things you do. So stop looking for that one big thing that you have to do, and just do the little things, because they come automatically from you, and that's when you're coming directly from your heart, and that's what makes it beautiful. So don't be worrying about what you're supposed to be doing. Just follow that beautiful heart of yours and that beautiful soul, and remember the little things matter, and know that she loves you so much. I want to give you a big kiss on the cheek and do this to your cheeks, because that would have been something she would have done. And she's just got a spark in her eye, and she's got so much love in her heart that she wants to send out to you and to everybody, and let everybody know it's in the little things that matter. So think about all those nice little things you do, and do more of them, and know that that's your part. And I leave you with her blessings and lots of love. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I have a gentleman who's coming in. He feels rather tall to me. I feel tall and lanky with him. And as he comes in, he's very handsome, very taken care of, very meticulous. And I feel like he would have been meticulous about everything. He liked everything neat and clean, and he was very intelligent gentleman, very smart. And I feel like he would have passed quite a while ago. He's telling me he passed quite a while ago, but I feel like he's connecting to friends who are watching this. And I feel like he would have passed from AIDS. And he's saying, when I passed from AIDS, that was a time when you didn't talk about it. And he said, now people aren't even passing from AIDS anymore, which he's very happy about. But he said, in my time, I went through many, many struggles. And he said, I wasn't accepted everywhere. And if anyone knew where I worked, people would look down on me. He said, I feel like I'm back in the 70s with him, the 1970s or 80s with him, because I feel like he would have passed then, and I feel like he probably was around 40 when he passed. That's how he looks in his late 30s or early 40s when he passed. And he said nobody really knew that was going on. So for a lot of people that knew and loved him, it was a shock that he went really quickly. But he said for me and my partner, it was a very long and difficult journey. And he's saying, but it was a journey we needed to take. And he said, when you look back and see the journey that we took throughout that time, it brought awareness and it brought people into a cause that people fought for finding a cure. A lot of awareness started around that time. Just before he passed, there was a lot of awareness about the disease. And he was so glad about that because it was such a shame, the struggles that he went through and friends of his went through. And he said now he's so happy to see people being accepted for who they are, and also seeing that that disease is now under control, and there's medicines that people can take, and they're treated with kindness and respect. So he's coming from an era a while back where things weren't as good as they are now. And he's saying appreciate that things change. And things change for the better, but know that they change for the better slowly. So have patience and be aware of what's going on and what other people need and how you can be of help to others. And know that you make a difference when you awaken that awareness. So I feel like he's coming in today because of what we're focusing on, and he wants to help us all to be aware of who people are, and to focus on the beautiful spirits that are there, and never to put people down for any reason, because we're all unique and wonderful within ourselves. And so he's coming in to open people's hearts to love everybody. And it's the uniqueness and it's the differences that are within people that make this world such an awesome place. And if we were all the same, it would be very boring. So enjoy all the differences that exist in all the many different kinds of people there are around you. And spread your wings and get to know them all. Because the more you know people, and you find the differences, the more you can find the sameness as well. Because underneath it all, we're all the same. We're all beautiful beings. And we all have love to share, and we all want to be loved. So love one another. And that's really his message. And he gives me a beautiful smile. And he says, thumbs up, keep going, keep working, and be patient. And I leave you with his blessings and lots of love. Oh, I thank all of the loved ones who have come in today to help us remember who we are and who have shared their wisdom to help us live our lives in just a little bit better way. It's wonderful to listen to the wisdom of Spirit. As they share that wisdom, they help us to understand what they learned in their lives, and they make our lives just a little bit easier. So I thank the World of Spirit for all of those wonderful messages and for really showing us that life does continue. And we can hang on to that and know we're all eternal. And now just a few messages as we close our service. The monthly book share. The next book for the fourth Thursday of the month will be Beyond Magenta. And that book share is Thursday, March 25th. Please email if you're interested, and a link will be sent at no cost. Next weekend, in place of our service, we have Dominic Bogue Weekend. He will be doing a workshop on Saturday, March 13th from 11 to 3. and a gallery on Sunday where he will be delivering messages from the Spirit Side of Life. That's Sunday, March 14th at 1 p.m. The cost of the workshop is $50. The cost of the gallery is $20. When payment is received, a link will be sent, so please include a comment with the payment. Just include Dominic, gallery, or workshop, and then we'll know who, and make sure your email is there so we can send that link out. Development classes will begin the beginning of April, as well as an Introduction to Spiritualism class. If you're interested in joining one of our classes, please send me an email, and I will send you all the information needed. Also, just note that all donations can be made on the church website and also on Venmo at GBC Spiritualism, and also on Facebook. And we really appreciate your support. It's your generosity that keep us going each and every week. We can't pass the basket, so we count on you to be generous in your donations. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the page. And if you haven't already, join our email list on our website so that you can get all the notifications of upcoming events. And I think that's all that we have in our announcements. And don't forget that pre-registration is required for Dominic's gallery and workshop. So get those emails into me so we can send you the links. And now let us close our service with the closing prayer. Infinite Spirit, beloved God, we thank you for the healing, for the light, for the love that we have received. Help us to move forward on our journey filled with your light and radiating kindness and compassion and understanding to all beings. Help us to love one another truly, to uplift each other, and to walk a path of love on earth. We give thanks for your presence within us and around us, and may we carry your light wherever we go. Amen. Thank you for being with us. We'll see you all. God bless.